Hello guys. I've been posting on my Instagram channel about my pop-up that's coming up in Huntington Beach. We are going to have two pop-ups in Huntington Beach. Basically, as you can see, I have my God Did That shirt on. And yeah, so basically, our dates are going to be April 15th and the 16th. We're going to be in Huntington Beach for the pop-up. And then we also have another one that's going to be in May. I forgot the dates that she gave me, but I remember April 15th and the 16th because we're working on that. And then also too, we are going to be working on our Walmart stores. Going from one store to 20 stores, it's a huge task. And I have already been to all the 13 stores here in California, believe it or not, and the rest of them are on the East Coast. So basically, I am going to be posting content all the way up until that time. I want to do one in Irvine. I don't know if it's going to be too much to do Irvine and then April 15th and the 16th in Huntington Beach. And then we also have of course, 2 days in May as well, and then trying to coordinate Walmart. So I am contemplating whether or not I want to continue doing the one here in Irvine, or as I don't want to overwhelm myself, or just stick with because we're going to have 2 days in April and I think 2 to 3 days in May. But anyways, I'm super excited about that. I know you guys have seen me posted videos of where I went 2 weeks ago and videotape a couple of the vendors that were out there. I love the location. There was actually another Christian brand that was out there. So I'm super, super excited about that. But stay tuned for the pop-up. I can't wait to meet you guys. I love meeting people. I love hearing your stories, what God has done in your life, what God has delivered you from. And I share my story as far as what God has done in my life and what God is doing in my life. So I'm super excited, super, 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 super excited about this pop-up, because it doesn't matter how big I get, with my brand. It's that personal touch for me, and meeting people and enjoying talking to people, and hearing their stories, to me is the most important thing. Because then why would I launch a clothing line? It's not just because you want to make money, but we're an inspirational brand. And I'm going to be honest with you. One of the reasons we were so successful in Walmart is I was in Walmart every week, twice a day, and I would meet the customers who were actually buying the brand, and I would talk to them. And that's how I found out there was one guy that I may post this picture after this video, who he walked up to me and said, "Hey, you know what? My mom just recovered from cancer and I want to get her one of your shirts." God did that. And I spoke to people who basically, she was like, "Hey, my girlfriend came in and she bought 2 shirts, and she called me and be like, 'Girl, there's a Christian brand in Walmart. You need to go get you one.'" So I met her, and I may post her picture as well. So all the pictures that you've seen me post over a period of time, those are people with stories. And to me, those are the most important things to me. And it's why I do what I do, is to be able to get that personal touch to people and be able to, you can minister to people through your brand, because people, all of us have gone through stuff in our lives, and God did that. It's such a pivotal, yet inspiring 3 words that changes people's lives. You know what I mean? And so I love meeting people and love hearing your stories. So I'm super, super, super excited about this pop-up and the Walmart stores and the podcast that's coming up. I actually have some special guests already, And so now, even with that, God gave me no boundaries. And so I was like, okay, God, because I remember, the idea kept on coming to me, as a matter of fact, since last year. And I was like, wait a minute. Then, with me, whenever I ask God for something, I said, God, if you're telling me to launch this podcast, then what am I supposed to call it? And I kid you not, shortly after that, the name came. I said, oh, wow. And he, told me why he gave me the name No Boundaries. Boundaries mean there's no limitation as to the things that we will talk about. There's no boundaries as far as what we're going to do and what we're going to say in terms of to inspire our audience, to inspire you, to inform you. And so we're going to cover everything. No boundaries. We're not just going to talk about Christian things. We're going to talk about politics. We're going to talk about actually have somebody that's going to come and, be a part of my podcast. We're going to talk about beauty. We're going to talk about fashion. We're going to talk about a lot of things. And so that's what the meaning is behind my podcast, No Boundaries, because there will be no boundaries. I'm super excited about that. I love to talk, but not just to talk. I love to share information, and I love to inspire people, and I love to see people's lives being changed. Making an impact is what I've been doing all my life, even when I was in corporate America. I think one of the greatest things I learned during my time in corporate America was about leadership, and how as a leader, you make or break your employees. You may not, leaders sometimes don't really see it like that. But as leaders, we change people's lives. And I'm telling you, I have done that. I have done that with one employee that, basically when I took over the brand, they were like, he's not performing and we're going to let him go. And I'm like, no, I want to give this just gentleman a chance because, of course he was older than me at the time, but, still older than me though. But, I was a younger branch manager coming in and leading. Half of the people were older than me. But, I told them, I was like, no, I'm not going to fire him. I am new to the branch and I want to give him an opportunity. And, I want to, see if I can help him. And honestly, this guy was doing really bad when I took over the branch. And basically, I was able to turn it around through leadership. Through leadership, I was able to turn this young man's life and career at the company around. And there were different steps that I took, different things that I shared with him, and he bought into it, which means we were both on the same page. And as long as he knew that I was here to help you to be successful, that I want to see you move up in the company, that I do not want you to be terminated. And so we worked together as a team, man. And this guy went from the bottom of the barrel, and I'm not kidding you because I can call out his name on camera. And I don't know if I worked in the Southeast market at Chase, and this guy went to the number one bankers in the district. Leadership matters. And so that's one of the reasons why I am launching my podcast, is because I want to impart a wealth of knowledge and things that I have experienced over the course of my life, and things that I will continue to learn, and people that I will meet that is going to be on this podcast with me, and we can share a wealth of knowledge to you. So I'm super excited about the pop-up. I hope you are. You're going to get tired of me because I'm going to be posting all the way leading up to it. I'm super excited because when I moved to California, COVID happened, man, and manufacturers have been affected. They're still recovering because when I launched my brand in December, I had to launch my brand without hoodies because my manufacturer, they didn't have half of the sizes. They only had 2 sizes. And I was like, there's no way I'm going to launch a hoodie with 2 sizes. So that's one of the reasons why you see that I was able to launch the t-shirts and the tote bags, because my manufacturer had no hoodies.